Hello, Madam Wasi, Sumakam who Africa Professor Wa, Mom spokesperson, Chief Linguist Africa Professor, and Casabomandra subscribe share. Hit notification bell anytime be a new video better will be an so committee. Join the African Professor family, near move conversation together. Like and share. Let's spread the message now across now. And Tibomodran, yes, I'll buy now. Because I have a lot to offer. So a lot to say, Tini like and share, hit notification bell, necessary, subscribe. Na bibia koso nti wa mota Africa Professor on fit anti me mfeta bibia a free start so nti because afa say bebre ho that's what make this different nti wa mota Africa Professor on filtered nene koma person you dey no ati do me say Mr. Mahama and NDC had won the elections easily. Now the chickens are coming home to roost. Tini you me say Mr. President Mahama, that's former President Mahama back then, on the NDC, Oma winning election. Now the chickens are coming home to roost. Today, a bet kakranam the young Fatum say, oh, uncle, ne say, Omukwabonti so mkudidia. Say, at some point in time, and you mradia sound. Umbabe fia babeda, umbabe fia be shum cajum. Teenagers say, in a way, no. The reality is now setting in. It's, and I say we election ba, ne the other can, some other can, me ba me say, me ba me say, me ba me way, me the me say, no. Now the reality is setting in. And they have to live with it. That's what the chickens are coming home to roost. Now the thing my kasasem, set my list, my mouth hint. So, and you can be, but if be another baby or say, what goes up must come down. What two walk across a cocoa bebab form, and I'm a boy, sapepepepe. It is sanity, and to be anywhere a cosra, a betcha or a muff, a bed empty muffle, beba form. And to say jebo, and a Mahama, the bit my akofado, this akofado that, Baumia liar, Baumia kind of crap, Baumia Muslim, Baumia Muslim. Baumia repreco, Baumia, all kind of lies. Near the adeno. Now, she say no, NDC, Mahama, any NDC, Oma winning election. She say, President Mahama, she say, why a president, former President Mahama, she say, why a president, he has sworn it in. So, on January the 7th, they say, no, one is substantive president of the Republic of Ghana. And they say, the buck stopped right there on his doorsteps or on his decks. And he say no excuses, no blame game, no. You know what you are signing for. Mr. Mahama and NDC, they knew what they were signing for when they campaign and spread all kind of truth, half truths and lies and all kind of stuff. And they say, "Umaba," and Americans say no. And kukon did no. They say, "Adiasa umaba fi." Reality is setting in. And the Debbie American say there is difference between campaigning and governance. So what campaign here easy. Ubet can say being no correct bebre and contempo. So na Mahama can be say we a politician, we campaigner, o kind of correct a cranad in contempo one on one kind. And in contempo bebre out of war one any asofono, the so-called prophets no more Ghana and Trump we can defer Bibia na Omunama Mahama ba. I win the power in meaning any and throw 100% and throw. I am throw 100%. So for Bia and I said, Prophet Bia anywhere on only prophecy tea and I said, on only pipe bow boy in Tina Mahama win and no. The realities in the circumstances, in the economic circumstances, any what was happening around the globe, all of them, all those factors, global issues, domestic and external issues, all of them conspire to make things lower the barrier for Mahama, ascendancy to power. That's all that is. It has nothing to do with any supernatural explanation or anything of that sort. Pass off on by can't deal and Yankupon Hatta Sunim say, yes, of beyond the Mahama by and I so unfortunately say, Mahama, I surrender to that kind of, that primitive mindset and say somehow, so for being a bonfire man by and I say, Nay, Naman Yankupon hopa, but. Nye asofo no prophecy the Mahama ban and I make ni nyina kwa kusi say and I make say I had a freestyle because of one so we even though say the central theme is Mahama and NDC had won the election. Now the chickens are coming home to roost. But the person be trying to say there's a difference between governing and I say governance and campaigning. What campaigning easy. And the tie true Ghana for Ghana for bebree te and I'm say buyer remorse are setting omato ade omso mato ade no omo ho say Ghana for the enche no mo no omo ho enti no akofo ado atena so 8 years enti somehow no kofo bebree si ne ho ahinti no omo tutu aba omia na esi wiase no o fa say fries and I say once so if you say ufa no abufu a na bobo no you messed up your wound e bia na when your wound be big time and one start person be di mu agro enti woni abre so born hwe no you turn out to hurt yourself more bia no ahwe na sa ko bo wound no na so ukru no mo se na afi moja spirit bebre e bi na Ghana for year no o mo di abufu enti no against and once na how money ade no to plan any mu abo asum because who person kum and once and that's exactly what a lot of these Ghanaian, they prior to election because who share Ghana for and America so share the voting pattern, the way are the trend of the voting and a lot of the pronouncement that a lot of these Ghanaians, were saying say Baumia because of Akufo-Addo, Nana Akufo-Addo, and it was so dumb argument because Baumia and then Nana Akufo-Addo are two different entities or separate entities. They have a different identity. Yes, they may be bounded by political, politics and not something of that sort, but the way Baumia reason and the way Nana Akufo-Addo reason is totally different. Anybody, I will argue with anybody who will say the first Baumia vice president of Nana Akufo-Addo, doesn't mean say Nana Kagana for to Abanama Baumia. Somehow Nana Akufo-Addo will still be running. It looks like that, but no, but we don't even know it. You don't know, and I don't know it. All of them are based on speculations and some kind of I don't know what it is. Said the first Baumia president. Baumia was a vice president. It doesn't matter. Mahama has been president. I say this over and over again. But not because it's a say no. I feel no more we say a lot of these supporters of the NDC and the so-called, South media pundits, they are no more campaigning via for Mahama. Say, they now have a subdued, tone. Say, no, yes, your friend say, Baumia, yes, Mahama time. Now, and Yama say, no money that Mahama knew the sole extent of the economic problems that he was coming to inherit. And what company here so bit must solve problems because for 10 8 years, was when you a lesson. He has matured, he has grown, and he ran now 4 years bad. He will do things differently. That's what he said. And he said there shouldn't be no excuse. And Ghanaians so no more criticize Akufo-Addo ne Baumia. So we say turning sing the new different tune. Now man we say we are a hypocrite, nada for because just a minute ago, we see we are say because of Akufo-Addo. They say Mahama Badia and what happened? They say Niyama I started getting better now so that's what I don't understand. Maybe they say the way Aba the ball taking CSI the boba. It is a more criticized Baumia unfairly. Now, and I said, nobody be asked because of Nana Akufo-Addo, Mudia Asa Baumia there. There shouldn't be no room for any any realization and I say any maybe I say Ghana for the so-called journalists and I say they are Ghana say to comment it and I say to criticize it. Your friend said what Mahama is doing, that would be unfair, and that won't be even-handed. Until the person just say no, I mean himself Mahama, and then the call for better. They say, who say, hey, sir, governance. So Mahama is president. When him say, governing easy. By now so pepper one tino. And so can be a can be over can be a in Sabasaka, 4 years now can over continue. He said a whole bunch of stuff. He said a whole bunch of stuff. And most of the promises, and I said most of the utterances, policy, positions now take here prior to his election on December the 7th. There's no way say, bet my follow through. And that's what my meeting all those expectations and I say unrealistic expectations now was setting up man because think about it. Sir, taxes many other idea was it on pursue. Sub-Saharan Africa. If you look at the economies of the Sub-Saharan Africa, you can tell say many of these Sub-Saharan Africans almost experiencing low income level. And then they have poor, governance and corruption. Because of corruption, the governance is poor. And then lack of infrastructural development, and I say infrastructure. And then they have what? Limited domestic revenue generation. And all these factors are mandating, say, low income level, poor governance and corruption, okay, lack of infrastructure, economic infrastructure for, to be specific, and then limited domestic or internal generation, revenue generation. If you look at across sub-Saharan Africa, they experience all the, these are some of the characteristics of sub-Saharan African economy, including Ghana. And in person, we say, at the end of Chasm Mahama ba, on the governance in the difference of loan, loan, because most of this they will depend on foreign loans. To make up for their budget shortfalls. That's a fact. Because you live in a country where there's a lack of economic infrastructure, such as roads, good road networks, electric grids, broadband, fiber optics, ensure good communication. Mini data, phone. To phone, your friend say, iPhone, your friend say 15, 14, when you're there. And so, friend, crown, no phone, I cut you off because we need data, not at that baby. To make my phone, we be an answer of us, we an say, what don't be with Ghana for a long time. Was not me data, not me saw you, see. America, and this, and to the point, me make it say, Sani, money more in so lack of communication, efficient communication system near the MPD development. And society is so bad. It means and support economic growth because lack of infrastructure, good communication, broadband, that ensures efficient telephone. And I said, phone and internet system, and limited domestic revenue generation. How many people pay taxes? They don't pay taxes. It is getting where are they going to get money? You see, agriculture class so you depend on and get all that be well developed. And the viable option is to go for loans. And that is what marked, or that is what most of these sub-Saharan Africans are experiencing. And so we look at all these factors, and I make say government be it won't take that long for the chickens to come home to roost. And that is exactly what I'm trying to make say. At this point in Mahama, the reality is setting in. Because all those pronouncements they make, political pronouncements and promises and everything they said that Akufo-Addo Kuma said into Omuba or Babi Chenji Bibia, and I'm coming for everybody. But the point is that now go ahead and show in practical or pragmatic terms what is it that you can offer Ghana, because like I said, governance is different from campaigning. And you bet Makasan say by the end of the day, the most important thing is you show pragmatic, direction, and I say pragmatic policies. I bet me the changes, viable, concrete, tangible, change and that transformation into the country. That is the most important. And Sana, as someone no more kakra person catch them, we African professor want na meka sɛ to biribi ase no korɛ no is unfiltered ɛda na yɛde bɛto nti no asɛm a mewɔ kakra no say Mahama and NDC had won the election. Now the chickens are coming home to roost. And to subscribe, share with friends and family. I'll talk to you another time. Have a great day. Bye.